Got reading on my brain. That's what students say. That's what students say. I can't put this book away. I have to read each day. At least that's what students say. That's what students say. But I keep reading. Can't stop, won't stop reading. It's like I've got this author in my mind saying you gotta read all night. Cause the student's gonna learn. And the teacher's gonna teach. I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I just gotta see what this book means to me. But I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I never miss a book. I'm reading on my Nook. I practice fluency. I'm reading on my own. I read word as I go. Gotta make sure I decode. But I keep reading. Can't stop, won't stop reading. It's like I got this author in my mind saying you gotta read all night. Cause the student's gonna learn. Teacher's gonna teach. I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I just gotta see what this book means to me. I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I read all day. I read all day. I read all day. I read all day.
Hey, just think, while you've been getting down and out about the scores on your Wii and PlayStation 2, you could have been getting down to this sick book.
My teacher brought us these new books. She's like, oh my gosh, you just gotta read. And to the students over there with some time to spare, won't you come on over? Maybe we can read. Yeah. Cause the student's gonna learn. The teacher's gonna teach. But I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I just gotta see what this book means to me. But I'm just gonna read. Read all day. Cause the student's gonna learn. The teacher's gonna teach. But I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I just gotta see what this book means to me. But I'm just gonna read. Read all day. I read all day. I read all day. I read all day. I read all day.
Hello everyone, my name is Miriam Campos and I'm very happy to be here with you today and read this book. I am very proud to serve as a board member for Metro Technology Centers and I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to read Playing El Juego de la Lotería, and it is written by René Colato Lainez and illustrated by Jill Arena. And this is a game that I played when I was really young, so I hope you enjoy it. I don't want to stay with Grandma. I'm not used to speaking Spanish, I told my mom. You know more than you think, she said. That's why you're here in San Luis de la Paz with your abuela. You will practice your Spanish. But how will we understand each other if she doesn't speak English and my Spanish is not very good, I asked. Loved ones have a special way of understanding each other. You'll see, she said. From the bus station, Grandma and I walked to the plaza together. When we turned a corner, I heard music and saw a mariachi band playing and singing. Today is the first day of La Feria, Grandma said. Grandma, I love the fair. The streets smelled of carne asada, churros, and tamales, and the Ferris wheel went around and around as it followed the rhythm of the music. This is my loteria stand, Grandma said proudly. Cool pictures, I said as I pointed to the big colorful cards on the table. These are the same game boards of La Loteria. Each board has 16 pictures. When we play, you can use these frijoles to cover the pictures, Grandma explained. Beans, I asked. Frijoles, Grandma said. Fr, fr. Grandma, the R is hard. Grandma went to the microphone and asked, "Who's ready to play Loteria?" In a few minutes, the Loteria stand was full of people. Frr, frr, I repeated in my head many times. Then Grandma drew small cards from the metal wire barrel. Every time she called the picture, she said a phrase. Rosa, Rosita, Rosaura, Grandma called as she pretended to pull petals from a rose and blow them with a kiss. Grandma is funny, I giggled. Verde, blanco y colorado, la bandera del soldado, she called, waving a Mexican flag. People put beans on their game board to match the cards that Grandma called. El gallo, el rey del gallinero, she called. Finally, a lady put a bean on the last picture of her game board, the rooster, and hollered, Loteria! Then she took a prize, 5 tickets for the circus. Later at Grandma's house, I took some beans and said, Frijoles, frijoles, muy bien. You're speaking Spanish, Abuela said. I would like to learn all the phrases of La Loteria, I said, but they are too hard. Let's make a deal. I teach you all 54 phrases and you teach me some English, she said. See, Grandma. But don't call me Grandma, please. Call me Abuela. Abuela, abuela, abuelita, I said. The next day, Abuela and I walked around the fair. We ate cotton candy and caramel apples. We rode the carousel and the roller coaster. We milked a cow and pet some calves in the farm animal exposition. We saw clowns on stilts at the circus animal parade. Before we returned home, I won a big piggy bank playing pin the tail on the donkey. I carried it home proudly. At home, Abuela showed me a picture of El Gallo. What is the phrase, she asked me? El Gallo, el rey del gallinero. Oh, I said it, the rooster, king of the hen house. I laughed. What a funny phrase. Abuela and I stood up and walked like roosters. We flapped our arms like wings. Cock-a-doo-doo, I said. Kikirikiki, she said. Let's put the rooster cards inside my piggy bank, I said. Rooster, rooster, she laughed. Every day at the fair, Abuela and I practice our phrases together. El gorrito, el barril, la rana, the bonnet, the barrel, the frog. Every night at home, we practice even more. El soldado, la corona, el venado, the soldier, the crown, the deer. First, there were a lot of cards in the box. El cotorro, el melón, el pino, the parrot, the cantaloupe, the pine tree. But every night, the box was getting less full and my piggy bank was getting heavier. You can see the cards they were playing with. One afternoon, We went to the open market. There were many people selling fruit, meat, and candy. Let's buy un mango, Abuela said. Mango is the same in English, I told her. Let's buy una banana, Abuela said. Banana is the same in English too. Let's buy pollo, Abuela said. Pollo in English is chicken, I told her. Then Abuela held the cabbage in her hand and said, I know, let's buy un re chicken. No, Abuela, I laughed. Repollo is cabbage, not re chicken. In English, el inglés is so hard, Abuela said. Bien complicado. One day, Abuela took the last card from the box. She showed me the card and asked, ¿Cuál es esta? What is it? I stood up and said, La mano. Dame una, dame dos, bailemos los dos. Abuela held my hand and started dancing with me. Felicidades! Congratulations! You know all the cards from La Loteria, she said. Let's put it in your piggy bank. Loteria! Hablo español! I speak Spanish, I hollered. The next afternoon in the Loteria stand, Abuela said, Now you are in charge of calling the cards. Yes, I said. I will do it in English and Spanish. La estrella, la guía de los marineros. The star, the guide of the sailors. El sol, el abrigo de los pobres. The sun, coat for the poor. Soon, a señora stood up and hollered, Loteria! You are the best caller in San Luis, everyone clapped. The last night of La Feria, there was a big dance. Come here, dance, said Abuela in English. Let's dance, Abuela. Bailemos, I said. Suddenly, I felt two lovely hands covering my eyes. Mamá, estás aquí. You are here, I exclaimed. Hijo, you are speaking Spanish, she said as she hugged me. The next day, Abuela took Mama and me to the bus terminal. Can I stay a little longer with Abuela, I asked. You have to start school soon. Next year, we can come back together, she said. After a big hug, Abuela gave me a piggy bank and a present. Inside, I found the game board for Loteria. I love you, she said. Te amo, I said. And that's the end of the book. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can find some time to play the game of Loteria. Thank you again for letting me read to you.
The higher you build your barriers, first, the taller I can come. The farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You better run, Forrest, run. You can deny me, you can decide to turn your face away. No matter, 'cause it's something inside so strong. Whip with it, dip with it. I know that I know I can make it, but you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gonna sight. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. The more you refuse to hear my voice, away, the louder I will sing. I'ma sing. Hide behind walls of Jericho. Away. Your lies will come tumbling down to the ground. Deny my place in time. You spoke the word, that's mine. My light will shine so brightly, it will blind you. dip with it. I know that I know I can make it. But you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was no sight. Oh no, oh no. Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Brothers and sisters, mamas and daddies,
When they insist
we're just not good enough. Oh no, oh no, oh no. But we know better, we know better.
just look them in the eyes and say,
We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Something inside so strong. Dip with it, dip with it. I know that I know I can make it. But you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was on sight. Oh no, oh no. Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong.
I know I can
Be what I wanna be.
be what I wanna be.
If I work hard at it,
If I work hard at it,
I'll be where I wanna be.
I'll be where
Turn it up, I know I can.
I know I can
Be what I wanna be.
be what I wanna be.
If I work hard at it,
If I work hard at it,
I'll be where I wanna be.
I'll be where I wanna be.
Brothers and sisters, mamas and daddies,
When they insist
we're just not good enough. Oh no, oh no, oh no. But we know better, we know better.
just look them in the eyes and say,
We're gonna do it anyway. 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 Something inside so strong. Dip. I know that I know I can make it. But you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gonna sight. Oh no. Something inside so strong. Ooh, I know that I know I can make it. But you're doing me wrong, so wrong. What's gone? Oh no. Something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
Dance break.
touch it, read it, learn it, teach it, everybody talk about it.
Touch it, read it, learn it, teach it, everybody talk about it.
Touch it. Turn it up.
Touch it, read it, learn it, teach it, everybody talk about it. Touch it, read it, learn it, teach it, everybody talk about it. Touch it, read it, learn it, teach it, everybody talk about it. Tell me what you feel like doing, y'all.
I feel like it with my job.
Hold up, wait a minute, let me put some freedom in it. Ooh, I love my freedom school. Say what? Ooh, I love my freedom school. See a book, grab a book, read a book, hey! See a book, grab a book, read a book, hey! See a book, grab a book, read a book, hey! Yesterday, tomorrow, I'ma read a book today. Freeze, what's your name? And where your book at? Freeze, what's your name? And where your book at? Freeze, what's your